Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We are talking about the new moon in the sign of Virgo happening on the 2nd of September of 2024. We're going to talk about the properties associated with this new moon. We're also going to talk about some of the other surrounding energies and planetary movements that are around this lunation as well, because they are quite significant and they have some long-lasting effects. So we'll talk about those. We'll also pull some cards for each astrological sign and see where this is impacting you and highlighting the specific areas in your life. So if you do find that you enjoy your reading, please do take a moment to press that like button. It really does help me out. It's free for you, and it does help the video get seen and help my channel get seen far and wide. So I do appreciate that. Also, subscribe to my channel if you do enjoy my content. But let's get right into this energy, shall we? This new moon is happening in the sign of Virgo on September 2nd. In Pacific Standard Time, or Pacific Time, is 6:55 p.m. Eastern is 9:55 p.m., excuse me. But check your calendars, all right? But we don't have to hit it necessarily right on the exact time, because we do feel these lunations a few days before and a few days after. Significantly, with this particular new moon, we're 2 weeks away from a very impactful full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. So we are starting to feel some of that energy come in right now. And we've got, like I said, a number of other things going on. But this new moon is happening at 11 degrees of Virgo. So it carries with it the energies and the influences of all things Virgo related. So if we think of healing related to the 6th house, right? So we've got some very helpful, organized energy going on. We've got a focus on health, happiness, and well-being. We've got a focus on pets. So some of you could be getting a new pet or talking about getting a new pet. You could also be looking to make some significant changes and fresh starts in your life in regards to physical activity, your diet, your exercise, your daily habits, patterns, and routines. And this is where this energy really does come about. We can, in this energy, feel really extra supported about setting intentions. And this can be setting intentions for a fresh start, wiping the slate clean. This can be setting intentions to bring something new into your life, to maybe even just turn over that new leaf and start living healthier and better and lighter and brighter in some way. So set some intentions at this new moon, because we do get a little bit of a reprieve, all right? Now, at the same time as this new moon, we do have an energy that brings us back to reality. We've had a lot of fiery energy throughout the summer, and now here we are in this earthly energy of Virgo, being very practical, being real, and making some plans, right? But in a practical way. So writing things down, making like an outline of how you're going to achieve something. And this is very supportive of that. But we do have Mars in Gemini, which is squaring Neptune in Pisces, and this is bringing us back to reality. So if we've been out and about having fun, now here we are back to the real world. And actually September 2nd in North America anyway, this is Labor Day, right? And traditionally, a lot of people go back to school, right, the day after Labor Day. So very much a back to reality kind of energy coming in with that. Now, the 11 degrees of Virgo also does have connections with Aquarius, 11th sign, 11th house energies. And so this can be really supportive and really exciting to fulfill our wishes, our goals, our dreams. It can also be where you can be of service, Virgo, to other people, Aquarius, right? So be nice to the people that do services for you, or, your waiter or waitress, right? And, make sure that you are being nice to them, because Virgo really does support that. Some of you could be in the service industry and maybe you're considering making some changes, but there could be something there that, can really help fulfill a goal in some way. So if you have some sort of goal to maybe better your education or go on a vacation or something, maybe you get a part-time job, and that can, involve serving other people in some way, right? Maybe you get a bartender job or something like that for a few hours on the weekend, but it can bring you in some decent amount of little cash on the side, right? A little bit of a side gig. So you could be doing that. But this is super wonderful energy. Well, we won't say it wonderful necessarily, but we do have on September 1st, the day before this lunation, we've got Uranus retrograde in the sign of Taurus. This will stay there until January 2025. And so basically for the rest of the year, we're purging all toxicity, right? Who doesn't need a little bit of that? So whether it's people in your life, whether it's habits, patterns, behaviors, Virgo, right? We're switching things up in our day to day. We're bringing in love and peace and light and creativity and positive energy, right? So anything that has turned sour in your life, or anything that you've been doing in your life that has kind of gone to the dark side, right? This is where for the next few months, we're going to be cleansing and purging all of that, because we're preparing for change. We're preparing for Pluto to go back direct in the sign of Aquarius. And speaking of Pluto, Pluto is a pesky little planet. But Pluto on the 1st, also the day before this lunation, Pluto goes retrograde in the sign of Capricorn at the 29th degree and the 29th minute. Very, very, very last remnants of Capricorn energy. This will stay there until October 11th. Okay, so for the next 5 weeks, this is cleansing, purging, death to something that you don't want in your life anymore. Toxic people, toxic bosses, toxic workplaces, toxic relationships, pain, hurt, fears, doubts, anything that has been restricting you and blocking you in any way. Boom, the next 5 weeks is significant for us all. This is the very last time that Pluto will be in the sign of Capricorn in our lifetimes. It has about a 248-year orbit. Okay, so it spends around 20 years or so in each sign, depending on retrogrades, right? So very last energies in that sign of Capricorn for us there. So last time for us to reflect, prepare for the new age, get something out of our life, get something done, right? Get something, wrap up some loose ends. But think about what you've experienced since about 2008. So for the last, last almost 14 years or so, I guess. 14 years or so, 20 years almost. So anyways, since 2008, where have we been? What have we accomplished? What changes have we made? What have we been through? What are we still holding on to? What has worked? What doesn't? And this is a time to really wrap some things up, right? So my math is what I'm doing, reading a little bit off. So anyways, don't laugh at me there. So remember in this new moon, though, that this is important to set short-term intentions over the next couple weeks and long-term intentions over the next 6 months, because this will culminate in a full moon eclipse in Virgo. So this can be a very significant new moon for you guys, right? Whenever we have something that is culminating in an eclipse, right? Perfect time to really bring something into your life or make those significant changes. One more thing that we do have, because Mercury rules Virgo, Mercury just went direct but is still in shadow. Okay, So, but this energy will help with the next Mercury in Leo square Uranus and Taurus. This is 3 out of 3. This is the third time this has happened over the last 2 months, and this will come in on September 6th, okay? It has been pesky, it has been chaotic, it has been unpredictable, unexpected, and it has been shaking some things up, maybe in your personal life, maybe in your immediate external world, but also on the global and political stage. There's been some very interesting happenings that have been going on with this, but September 6th is a day to keep your eye on. Yes, it's a few days after this lunation, but this can really help us get some clarity and see where something may be leading us, where something may be propelling us forward in this energy. So we do have a lot going on with this particular lunation, but again, considering it's in the sign of Virgo, very practical, very down to earth, right? It is an earth sign, so things aren't necessarily quite as loopy as they have been. Okay, but just be aware of some of those transits that I did mention, because these are a little bit longer lasting. And of course, not everything will happen on the one day, right? It does take a while to really play out. We do, by the way, also have an opposition to Saturn at this particular new moon. And that is really coinciding with that Pluto retrograde in Capricorn energy, right? Saturn is the modern ruler of Capricorn. So Saturn likes to teach us things, right? Saturn's very disciplined, very organized, okay, like structure, but this can be closure of a karmic cycle as well, or in an opposition, we can see what has been holding us back. And when we're in opposition to something, we do have an opportunity to resolve things and get things back on track, but it does require maybe a little bit of organization and discipline to do that. So a lot of powerful energies going on here, but we're going to get right into your readings for your personal sign, and we're going to see what areas this is highlighting for you. We're going to talk about the new moon in Virgo, but I am also going to quickly mention where Pluto is going retrograde in Capricorn for you. Okay, so whether it's your 10th house of career, right? Or is it your first house of self? So we'll just quickly touch on that with this energy, because it is having a big impact on this new moon. So timestamps are all down below. I thank you guys for watching. Watch your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, you're going to get the big picture with that. And we're going to just pull some cards for you guys and see what they have to say. So I thank you guys for watching. Timestamps below. Hello there, Aries. Welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is happening in your 6th astrological house, which is tied to Virgo. And health, happiness, well-being. You might be starting a new exercise regime. You could be putting an end to something that is some unhealthy habit, right? Do you have a junk food habit? Do you like your candies or something before you go to bed every single night? Is it having a negative impact on your health? This might be where you're really looking to turn over a page. Do you have balance in your life, right? Because the 6th house also has to do with your daily habits, right? The routines that we all have. We get up in the morning, maybe you make a coffee, maybe you have breakfast, maybe you don't have breakfast, maybe you work through the day. Do you work a lot of overtime? Do you spend enough time at home? Spend enough time with your family? So this can be where you're going to do a little bit of reflection and deep dive into the things that you do every single day, and maybe try and switch some things up a little bit. Pluto retrograding for you guys is a big one here, Aries, because Pluto is retrograding in your 10th house, and your 10th house is ruled by Saturn. So it's a big Capricorn energy for you anyway. And so when we have this retrograde there, it's a big, big, big thing, right? So it can be big changes for you. It can be a big release of things, right? Because Pluto brings death, right? Ends, but it also brings new beginning, transformation, evolution, and growth. right? On many, many different levels. This can be something personal for you. It can be something in your external world. It can really bring you some insights into some things that you really want, right? But it can certainly represent change, right? Pluto is change, okay? But in your 10th house, this is about your public image, your fame, honors, rewards, recognition. If you're not getting the recognition that you need for the work that you do, right, or for something in your life, boom, we're probably going to be putting an end to that situation and moving forward. You have a toxic boss. Maybe this is now where you're making those changes, right? You're like, I'm out of here, man, right? This is not good for me anymore. Your 10th house is where your ambitions lie. This also is where your achievements are, right? So really reflect on the achievements that you've made in your life, right? Because we do quite often sell ourselves short, right? So make sure that you do celebrate those little things. But this can be a very interesting energy regarding your career, right? Business oriented energy in your 10th house. So you could be achieving some success in your career. That could again be something that's coming to a close, or there could be some changes that you're making. Maybe you're looking out into your future and saying, you know what, this isn't what I want to do for a living anymore. And so maybe you're really going to switch something up and say, nope, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And with this new moon in your 6th house, maybe it's something where you can help other people. So let's get cards for you guys here. And we have centered energy. And yeah, here, Aries, it's important to find your center, your heart center, your center space there. When we come back to center, it's like we're coming back to self, right? And this is where we can really get a good handle or insight on where we're at, right? Breathe into your center, right? And breathe out whatever is not working, right? So we can quite often do that as like a personal reset. We can do that on a daily basis. But when we are coming back to center, it's like getting ready. It's like getting prepared, right? We can be ready to go off into any direction that we're wanting to go in, right? Whereas, if you put yourself in the middle in the circle, right? Put yourself in the middle, it's an equal distance here, 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 and here. Whereas if you put yourself over here on the side, you got a long way to go if you want to go in that direction. So when we come to that center point, it's easier to make some big, interesting moves. We have the Two of Swords, balance, equilibrium. We've got the Death card, Pluto, there we go. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So the money card, the big money card here. So Two of Swords, finding balance, finding that equilibrium in your life, coming back to center. Where do you need to do that, right? Do you have balance in your life, right? Pluto is here with the Death card, very significant for you guys. With the Death card, we're putting an end to indecision. We're putting an end to imbalance. We're putting an end to confusion and doubts in our life. So you're going to get clarity somewhere around this lunation, right? A little bit before, a little bit after. Find a quiet space to really connect with your intuition. And when we have the Two of Swords, with, this, where are we? This girl on there, she's got holding the two swords, right? We need to be strong. We need to have balance when we hold those two swords upright. She's got her arms crossed across her chest. And it's a little bit of, I don't need anyone else's input. I'm going within. I'm listening to my intuition. I'm connecting with myself. I'm recentering, refocusing on something here, and I am going to figure something out, right? I need clarity. I need focus. So in that energy there, it's all about going within. So find some space, find some quiet time for yourself, just to spend even just a few minutes with your own energy, right? Big deep breaths in and out. Close your eyes. You don't need to do anything more fancy than that, right? As long as it's a quiet space. If you've got kids running around and stuff like that, probably not going to be able to connect there in the way that you need. But the Death card here, highly significant for you. What are you cutting out of your life? What do you need to cut out of your life that you haven't so far? And what do you need to change? Where do you want to move forward? The Ten of Pentacles can show that there is a focus on money, family, stability, abundance, security, growth, long-term goals, ambitions, and plans, right? And you could potentially have something coming to fruition for you over the next 5 weeks, right? Remember, Pluto retrograde In Capricorn, October 11th is D-Day there when we go back into Aquarius for the next 20 years. So over the next 5 weeks, there could be something shifting significantly for you. You could have some surprise. There could be something with your family there. The Ten of Pentacles can be big money and stability, security, all those things. There can also be inheritance. So you could be inheriting something, a job, a position, a house, some money, right? Wisdom, advice, whatever it happens to be. But that Death card front and center, very significant time of the year for you guys, okay? The next 5 weeks, pivotal energy for you. I'll leave that there. Okay, thank you for watching. We're going to move on to Taurus. Hello there, Taurus. Welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is happening in your 5th astrological house, new beginnings in your house of fun and love and romance and creativity, play, joy, your hobbies, your interests. So all kinds of fun and interesting things can very much be highlighted for you at this lunation. Your 5th house is where we do focus on the things that put a smile on our face and bring love into our heart. Some of you could be finding new love. You could have heightened, intense instances or issues, or not issues. We could have intense love affairs, right? So you could just find that your connection with a significant other is deepening at this time. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. You could be starting a new creative hobby as well, right? Maybe there's a new creative project that you want to take on, right? Or maybe you're taking a creative approach to life, right? That can be there as well, but very pleasurable energy with the 5th house. Now, Pluto is going retrograde for you in your 9th house, okay? So this can be letting go of fear of, do you have a fear of flying? Do you have a fear of travel? Do you have a fear of going to other countries, right? Travel is highlighted there for you on Pluto retrograde here. This can highlight some fears, but we're letting go of them, right? We're not letting them overpower us or overtake us in any way going forward. Your 9th house energy, this has to do with your spirituality, your religion, your belief systems, your higher mind, your philosophy. It's ruled by Jupiter, big ideas, expansion and growth. This has to do with traveling long distance. So if there's been something that you haven't been able to do, or you've been feeling quite restrictive, this is a time when you're looking to find some freedom, right? You could have some significant changes in your belief system right now. Something from the old ways is not working for you, and there's some new things that you're embracing or coming in. You could also be trying to find a way to marry the old with the new, right? Spirituality is a little bit more free form, right? Whereas organized religion, quite often in a little bit of a box. So how do we bring those belief systems together, right? So this can be a very supportive energy for you to do that. But there is significant change and growth, especially internally within you with this lunation and with that Pluto retrograde. We have manifest here for you guys, okay? So great opportunity for you to manifest something in your life. And of course, with the 5th house energy, love, romance, maybe you want to take a relationship to the next level, partnerships of all kinds, manifest opportunities to create something new, manifest, maybe something in your world where you can free up time to pick up a hobby or something like that. But whatever it is, the power of manifestation is here for you. The power of change is yours. All right. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Your hard work, your dedication is paying off for you. Got the Queen of Swords, wisdom, insight, but also cutting things off there. And we've got the 7 of Cups that can bring a lot of opportunities, that can bring a lot of options into your life, but it can also bring a little bit of confusion. So with the 8 of Pentacles, this shows that you've worked hard for something. You've been working hard. You've been creating the life that you want. The 8 of Pentacles is when we're ready to take something to the next level. The student becomes the teacher, the employee becomes the boss or the supervisor, that kind of thing. But it does show that you do have a lot of skill and knowledge and dedication. You don't shy away from hard work, right? And this is a time to maybe see how you can reap some rewards or give yourself a break. The Queen of Swords here is, the Queen of Swords is an excellent energy for making decisions, but also for cutting something out, cutting something off, or setting those boundaries that we quite often all need, especially when we do show the Eight of Pentacles, because it's going to be very hard work, right? It's like, I'm focused on my work, I'm focused on creating my life, but then do we have time for fantasy, for play, for creativity, and for fun? And so with that Queen of Swords, if there's been, something where you've gone overboard, like workaholic kind of energy, the Queen of Swords is where you're going to be really recognizing here, okay, I need to set some boundaries here somewhere, or I need to reestablish them or enforce them. And especially when it comes to yourself, right? We do sometimes put up boundaries with other people or situations. We forget about the boundaries we need with ourselves as well. But the Queen of Swords really does highlight your intuition, highlights your inner wisdom, your ability to see things clearly and to make decisions that you need. The Seven of Cups can be a very wonderful energy, right? Because it can be where we're dreaming about something, we're using our imagination, but sometimes we get lost in a little bit of a fantasy land. And so there could be something here highlighted that you've been fantasizing about, you've been dreaming about, but you haven't gotten started, okay? Or maybe you haven't, really taken that first step, or you kind of started and then kind of backed off a little bit. So with this energy, instead of living in a fantasy, we're coming back to reality, right? So taking a practical steps to follow your dreams, right? Because this dreamy energy that can be here with the Seven of Cups, but there's an element of fear, and Pluto is highlighting our fears, right? So what have you been afraid of? If you want to travel and you want to learn things from foreign lands, right? Maybe you want to, go to a different country, experience a different culture, that kind of thing, right? We learn from that. And with that Seven of Cups there, it's like you've been dreaming about it, but there's some fears highlighted. So do you have a fear of flying? Do you have a fear of, if you're like a really picky eater and there's a country that you kind of always wanted to go to, but you're like, oh my God, I'm going to starve if I go there for 2 weeks because I don't think I like the food, right? So where you're going to kind of work through those fears or even let them go and say, you know what? I don't care. I deserve this. I've always wanted to do this and I'm going to go, right? If you've had a fear of flying, right? Yeah, that can, kind of keep us stuck in our traps. Maybe there's something you can do or somewhere you can go that doesn't involve flying. Or maybe you just pull up your socks and say, okay, flying is still one of the safest modes of travel. I'm just going to go. I'm going to take something to make me drowsy before I get on the plane or something, and I'm just going to go, right? So if you do have a fear of flying, maybe start with a shorter trip, right? But the longer flights are actually quite pleasant for the most part. But this is about turning a fantasy into a reality. So what do you need to do that? So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I thank you for watching. Good luck in this new moon. We're moving to Gemini. Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is happening and highlighting your 4th astrological house, which is ruled by the moon. And it is about your home, your security, your privacy, the foundations that you've built. It's about your family, your children, and also can be about your nurturing parent, right? So quite often that can be the mother, but it doesn't have to be. So some of you could be moving to a new neighborhood. Maybe you're starting a family. Some of you might be getting pregnant or talking about it at this time, right? Adding to your family, whether it's starting something. You could have an unexpected news coming in within your family. Maybe one of your children is pregnant, okay, or maybe one of your siblings is starting a family or blending families together in some way. Some of you could be moving to a new house, a new neighborhood. You could even just be finding ways to spruce up your living environment without actually having to move. So new furniture, new paint, maybe even just, okay, both of you, maybe even just, redecorating in some way, moving your furniture around in your house, that kind of thing. With Pluto here, Pluto is retrograding back into your 8th house, and your 8th house is Pluto energy. So it's a big one for you guys, okay? And your 8th house has to do with the things that are hidden. This can bring a little bit of mystery. So it could be something that comes to light, some secrets that come to light, maybe family secrets with the 4th house, this can be where we do inherit something as well. Your 8th house can be inheritances. And with the 4th house there, which can represent a house, maybe some of you are inheriting your home. You might be your family home, right? Maybe something from your parents. You may be moving in with your parents, right? Maybe you've got your parents are getting a little bit older and they still can live on their own, but maybe they just need a little bit of help or someone close by just in case. And so you could be moving to a new house that has maybe the upper level where you live, and then maybe you're like an in-law suite or something like that down below, where you still have your sense of separation, you still have your privacy, but you also have that, you and your parents also have that support system that's there as well, right? So you could be doing something like that. But inheritances can come about at this time also. You could be perhaps creating a will, right, at this time also, because that Virgo energy is very down to earth and practical. We do have, we want to sometimes avoid hidden surprises and things like that, and a will is a great way to prevent that. Or if you've got some weird dynamics in your family, right, then this is where maybe you or your parents are talking about a will and putting one in place so that there's no fighting when that inevitable time comes, right? But Pluto, 8th house, shared assets, shared money, joint resources. So the money and things that you share with other people are highlighted for you guys at this time as well. So we have, that's not supposed to be upside down, we have love. All right, beautiful card, beautiful energy. Love is in the air. So do you love where you live? Do you love your home? This can be about spending time with the people that you love as well, right? Home and family and children and parents and all that kind of stuff. Is there something that you need to fix, right? Retrograde energy is about reflection or going back, right? Is there something there that you need to resolve within your family unit? Deal with it with love, right? We do quite often, emotions get heated and we do hold on to old past hurts and things. However, this can be a big time of forgiveness and healing for you as well with this energy. And ultimately, when we embrace the energy of forgiveness, we're taking our power back, and Pluto brings our power, right? So where have you given your power away by giving your emotions away or letting something take over your emotions, right? It's time to move forward and let that go. So love is in the air. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, very homebody energy. The Queen of Pentacles, very much about the home, very nurturing energy, making sure that we feel safe and secure, but is a very prosperous and a very abundant energy there as well. And it is feminine energy. And what did we say with the 4th house being about the nurturing parent, feminine energy there? So there could be a female that does highlight significantly in your life around this moon. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so it could be making some very important decisions, finding balance, figuring out how to divide something up. But this does require flexibility, right? Being flexible and adaptable is our way to deal with issues or resolve things. You could be making some decisions there with that. We also have the King of Wands and the World card that both wanted to come out together. The World card can be about closure, right? And that's what Pluto retrograde brings in, is some closure, especially around your money, your resources, all that kind of stuff. So you could be paying off loans at this time. You could, again, be getting some financial freedom at this time as well. You could be dividing up your finances there. If you've been going through like a divorce, right? Or if you have been talking about getting married or living with someone or blending your finances, The Two of Pentacles can show that you are trying to figure out how to have that balance or how to get things on track in that. But the World card certainly brings about a sense of closure and completion, wrapping up loose ends, and it can be something blossoming in your life, something exciting. The King of Wands can represent being in a position of leadership and control. This can be where we're feeling really good, we're feeling really successful. And again, it can be a person in your life as well. And this person can bring you some very interesting news. This can be someone that you're resolving something with, right? So you've got this Two of Pentacles that's separating the Queen of Pentacles and that King of Wands. So something here in the middle needs to be resolved or needs to be equalized right there, and brings harmonious energy, right, is what we're striving for, so that we can maybe bring something back together or find a balanced way to deal with things forward, especially money, right? So if you do share money resources or anything like that with other people, this is the time to maybe revisit how you have things split up and to get things back in alignment there, okay? Especially, fairness and equality is, it means different things to different people, but this can be where, you're dividing your bills up by a percentage, that kind of thing, right? And especially if someone has gotten a raise or things like that. You could also be making a decision here, especially if you are considering starting a family, because the Queen of Pentacles is a home-based energy, right? There could be something to do with a female staying in your home. And so this can be where, okay, we're going to start a family. Maybe we're adding 2 to our family. It could be twins. With that, just saying. But if you are considering maybe how can we make it so that one parent stays home with the children, right, while one person, King of Wands, goes out and works and brings home the bacon kind of thing, right? Why? Not because one person's lazy and wants to stay home, but because childcare and things like that is astronomically expensive. So sometimes, we want to go back to some, values where we do have a parent actually raising the children instead of a daycare, where they may not necessarily get all of the nurturing that they need. Very nurturing energy with the Queen of Pentacles. So whatever your situation is, we do have this nurturing of the home, of the family, of money, of children, and of course love and happiness, stability, and security. So it's very interesting energy coming in here, but I feel that it can be quite pleasant for you guys. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I thank you for watching. We're moving on to Cancer. Hello there, Cancer, and welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is happening in your 3rd astrological house, ruled by Mercury, and the ruler of this moon in Virgo energy is Mercury. So communication is very much highlighted for you. Mercury is now direct, granted a little bit in shadow, but you could be thinking clearer. You could be resolving communication issues, and you could be getting clarity around something here. The 3rd house also has to do with your neighborhoods and your social life and your perception about things. So you could be seeing clearly the big picture about something. You could be getting a new neighbor, moving to a new neighborhood, or getting out and being a little bit more chatty and meeting new people. Pluto is retrograde here in your 7th house of relationships. So you could be revisiting something with a relationship. If you've had communication issues in a relationship, this is a great time to resolve them or find new ways to communicate. If there's been something hanging over your head in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a business partnership, or a romantic one, right? This is where we can really kind of clear the air and put something to bed once and for all. The 7th house is ruled by Venus, and Venus just went into the sign of Libra, very much at home in that sign. And so love and romance can certainly be in the air for you guys. So this is where we can maybe find forgiveness, we can find healing, that kind of thing. But This can also represent the contracts that you've made with other people, whether they're business or not. I do feel that there's maybe a little bit of a change for some of you with your workplace, with your business partnerships, whether you're looking to start your own business, a new business there, maybe it's a tech company or something like that, or something online with the new moon in your third house, right? Very technological oriented there. So you could be doing that. There could be, you might find a new job on the internet or via the internet or something, some way as well. You could potentially get some good news there. But this is also where we talk about balance and harmony in our relationships here as well. So if you've had a relationship where something's a little bit off balance, then this is where you talk about things or you get things resolved to find a little bit more balance and harmony. And yes, dare we say it, there could be some endings to relationships here as well. Pluto can bring endings, all right? That frees you up for the future for something better. So that is possible there as well. If you've been confused or you've been delaying making that inevitable decision, Mercury now direct, this is where you just take a clear, direct approach, right? It's like, here we go, we're doing this thing, right? So not necessarily the most comfortable energy for some of you, right? But ultimately it will clear up something that's perhaps been going on for a while, right? We have success coming in here for you guys. So beautiful energy. Success, where are you looking for your success, right? So again, we can have some success in business. We can be meeting new people. We can be making those new connections. We can be resolving issues. Whatever success means to you, there is success on the table here, right now. Sometimes the path to success is an uphill battle, right? That's why we're climbing stairs, okay? But your hard work, efforts, dedication, your communication, your decision making, all of those things will pay off for you. We have the King of Pentacles, success. So again, you could have something going on here that has to do with a business partnership. We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse, a release of restriction, and beautiful because that's what this lunation and the energies surrounded are bringing in. And we also have the Strength card, right? Really highlighting your inner strength, your patience, your adaptability, but ultimately your interpersonal power to do what you need to do, to make the changes that you need to make, to have the courage to face the world, right? And to get things resolved, right? So this is a beautiful energy that is coming in here for you guys. The King of Pentacles can be you taking the lead, taking charge, taking a practical approach to achieve whatever you need to achieve. This is a very successful energy. So again, some of you could have some good news coming in. The Eight of Swords in reverse, usually this is a very restrictive energy. Self-imposed restriction often, right? Because this is where we let our fears overtake us and keep us stuck. And this is a big release of that. So this is beautiful. And of course, that beautiful Strength card coming in there. Now, you could be perhaps dealing with a Leo person at this time and you're successfully getting things back on track or resolving issues. But the Strength card does speak to your ability to adapt, your ability to know when to be patient and kind and compassionate, but also when to be courageous and bold and brave, right? And so, but ultimately it does highlight your inner strength, right? I am strong, I'm courageous, I'm powerful to get what I want, to make the changes that I want. And it's through my own strength and my dedication that I have gotten to the top of some sort of ladder here. So you could be having something very exciting that is either opening up for you at this new moon or something that is coming to fruition for you, and maybe something that you thought had passed you by could potentially come back around again. That retrograde energy. Retrogrades can highlight something that we can have another chance at. So it can be certainly something with your money. The King of Pentacles is also very dedicated, very committed, very generous in this energy. So someone could be exhibiting those qualities towards you. This can be, partnering up with a new boss. This can be a promotion, a raise, all those kind of things. But this can also be dedication and commitment in relationships as well. So if there's been something that you've been wanting to change or to improve in a relationship, then you could just get what you want there as well. I'll leave that there for you guys. I thank you very much for watching. Good luck in this new moon. We're moving on to Leo. Hello there, Leo. Welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is highlighting your second astrological house of money. So money ruled by Venus here, and this can be bringing you a new job. It can bring new sources of income. Perhaps you're setting intentions to make more money somewhere in your house, in your life, so that you can have more stability and security. This can bring something to fruition for you as well. So you could be getting that new job, finding new investment opportunities, but it can also really highlight your ability to turn a creative project or endeavor into something that can make you a little bit more cash. Pluto is retrograde for you guys in your 6th house, and this is highlighting all the Virgo energies, right? So Virgo energies are all about your health, happiness, well-being. It brings in a healing element to you. It also really highlights something in your daily habits and routines. And Pluto does bring change. It brings endings, and it can bring new beginnings, growth, and transformation. So what do you need to change in your daily life to bring you more health, happiness, and well-being into your life on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, right? They really have a look at this time at those daily habits that you have, okay? Some of you could potentially be getting a new pet at this time, okay, or pets are highlighted for you as well. It is a great time because we've got this healing element come in. Some of you are maybe going back to the doctor or the vet for a checkup, right? Maybe there was an issue previously and you're going back to revisit, to have another look, to hopefully get the green light that everything is all clear, that kind of thing. So this can be a good time to have those checkups, right? Sometimes we need a little bit of a reminder in our lives, especially if you're the type of person that doesn't like the doctor. But of course, a great time to get your pet a checkup there as well. We have unity here for you guys, all right? Things coming together, people helping people. So part of your success or part of your path to making money, this can be finding a group of supportive people. And when people work as a team, people come together, we can accomplish many, many things. So this can be where you are looking to make changes in your work, right? The 6th house can have to do with your work, the things we do on a daily basis. And so if you find that you're not in a supportive environment at your work, then this can be where you're looking to make those changes there. Alternatively, this can be where there is something that is changing significantly in your workplace and where people typically didn't work well together. Maybe something brings you all together in this energy of unity. And it can be that maybe a toxic person has left. Remember, we're cleansing and purging all toxicity. So maybe a certain person who's been creating strife and trouble in your workplace has now left, and now everyone else is rallying together. This can be where, people rally together at your workplace to maybe get more money or better working conditions and that kind of thing. Or perhaps, quite simply, you are looking for a new job where you can actually feel like you're in a good, healthy environment. We spend a lot of time at work, and we want it to be, at least a little bit pleasurable or fulfilling, if at all possible. So something is coming together for you there. You could also get some help from your community, help from your friends, right? That kind of thing. People helping people and people coming together. We have the 7 of Swords. Okay, so something a little bit not quite right. We've got the 9 of Cups, though, which can be about your wish fulfillment. And we have the 10 of Cups. Look at that. Okay, so I feel like here in this energy, because that 7 of Swords can be about, now it can be about something that has betrayed us, okay, or something that's wrong with a situation, right? Maybe you've been working hard at a situation to make something better, and now you're in the 7 of Swords energy going, you know what? I don't think that things are going to get any better. I'm seeing the truth rather than seeing the smoke and mirrors act that maybe a person or situation has been presenting to you. You're seeing the truth now, and now you're like, okay, the change is I'm looking to feel happy and content. 9 of Cups. I'm looking to feel good in my day to day, right? And that 10 of Cups there, I want health and I want happiness and I want, a supportive family and good friends. And, I want all the good out of life, but I'm done with whatever is causing me grief or causing me not to trust a situation. So you could be finding at this time that you are really willing to leave something behind in order to make yourself feel like you've made good choices, right? And that there's promise and hope for the future. The 7 of Swords can represent this retrograde energy, right? It can be this kind of stealthy energy here. So it could be you kind of, doing a little bit of reflection, going back and revisiting a situation, a circumstance, and, either seeing what has been holding you back. Why are you holding on to something? Okay. Or you could be revisiting something that you had previously started or wanted before, but there had been something wrong, right? Something wasn't quite right. Maybe it was a timing issue. Maybe it was you didn't trust yourself, right? Because it can be mistrust that comes in with the 7 of Swords. And this can be a stealthy energy. And sometimes the stealthy energy, we need to operate behind the scenes, not to cause anyone grief or trouble or hurt or anything like that, but out of an air of secrecy, because it doesn't serve our best interests to shout from the rooftops everything we're doing or every move that we make. So it can be something that you've been doing in private, in secret, okay, behind the scenes, that all of a sudden you get the success that you've been looking for. So imagine if you're looking for a new job, second house, right? You want to make more money, or maybe you have an investment opportunity that you don't want to tell anyone about, right? And so you do something in secret. And, maybe you don't want people to know, if you don't get a job, right? You apply for a job and you don't get it. Maybe you just don't want people to know that, right? But there is this big turnaround that's here as well, right? With your 9 of Cups, getting what you want, right? Your wish being fulfilled and having that happy, stable life and connections and business dealings and everything that you really, truly do desire. So there could be some really big turning points there for you, and you could be absolutely getting what you want. You could also be in the new moon, because we're setting intentions, recognizing that you can't fix something, 7 of Swords, okay? Focusing on your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and knowing, 10 of Cups, that you can get what you want, right? And we just need to leave something behind in order to do that, right? And remember that Pluto retrograde can have us putting an end to something here, 7 of Swords, that isn't good, that's not pleasant, that's not working, that we don't want to carry forward with us, right? And this is where we can really turn things around. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I thank you for watching. We're going to move on now to Virgo. Hello there, Virgo. Welcome to your new moon. So this is a really important one for you guys, right? New moon in your sign, setting your stage for the next year, perhaps, right? Start of your astrological new year. So what do you want to accomplish in the year ahead? What changes do you want to make? What do you want to improve? What do you want to let go of, right? All of this is highlighting for you guys right now, your personal goals and dreams. Pluto is retrograding in your 5th house. And this is really quite interesting, right? Because this is bringing about a big ending. It's bringing about significant change, right? And it's also finding closure on things. And the 5th house is a really pleasurable area, right? This is ruled by the sun, and this has to do with, love affairs and romance and creativity, our hobbies, our interests, the things that bring us fun and pleasure and joy. So if you haven't been having a lot of fun in the last little while, this can be where there's something that is turning around for you, right? Maybe you are looking at your daily habits and go, you know what? I'm spending too much time at work. I need to have more fun. I need more balance in my life. I'm not happy, right? Pluto can highlight your fears. And if you have been hurt and betrayed in love previously, and maybe you've been single for a while, this can really be where you are letting go of fear. Fear of opening your heart, fear of trusting another person, fear of being betrayed, right? Whatever that happens to be, whatever is, bringing that fear to light, it's where we're letting that all go. So it's really a big, big turning point there, because matters of the heart are what can really keep us stuck, right? Sometimes. This can also be where maybe there's been something that you've been wanting to try, but you haven't either had the courage to try, or there's just been some, energies or some daily habits and things that have been holding you back. And so this can be those hobbies, those creative endeavors that you want to give yourself a crack at. So maybe you've always wanted to learn a musical instrument, or, maybe you've always thought that, hey, I kind of want to learn to do ballroom dancing. It looks interesting, but I've got 2 left feet and I don't want to look like an idiot on the dance floor, right? Well, maybe it's time to kind of, let go of those fears and just go for it, right? So whatever's holding you back, okay, this is what we're letting go of so that we can move forward in a better way. We have here success, beautiful energy. Okay, so where do you see yourself succeeding? Some of you can certainly be achieving some goals and dreams right now, but if we look out into the next 2 weeks, the next month, the next 6 months, the next year, where do you see yourself ascending and climbing that ladder? What does success mean to you? It is highlighted for you and it is in reach for you. We've got the Magician at the back of the deck for you guys here. All right. Manifesting, creating the life that you want. You have all of the resources that you need to do what you want to do, internal or external. Okay, you have that personal power to manifest and create whatever that is that you want out of life. So believe in yourself, believe in your skills, believe in your abilities, all right? Because sometimes that's what's holding us back, a lack of confidence. Well, let me tell you, that Magician energy is bringing in that confidence, right? But remember, your thoughts become things, right? Whatever you think about, whatever energy you put out there, that's what comes back to you and usually multiplied. So we want to put out positivity. We want to put out this air of success. We want to put out confidence, right? We want to put out all these great vibes because we want to attract these things back. And that Magician energy there is highlighting your power to do that. But remember, we can also attract the things that we don't want. Just depends where your focus is, and the Magician gives you the focus on the things that you do want. 9 of Cups, getting what you want, wish fulfillment, feeling content, feeling happy, feeling joyous, feeling vibrant, feeling like you've achieved something. So that 9 of Cups there is a focus on your wishes, your goals, your dreams. We've got the Moon, and what do we have? This lunation is there for you. But the Moon highlights our fears, highlights something that is hidden in our subconscious that can help us move forward and help us or that has been hindering us, right? That is a full moon that's represented on that card, and full moon is about releasing and letting go, seeing something through to completion. But the Moon card in itself is very emotional. Dive into your subconscious. What do I really want? How do I really feel? What has been holding me back? What am I not seeing? And this is what that Moon is highlighting for you. But quite often when we do get this Moon card, it's like, feel the fear and do it anyway, right? So what do you want to do? And we've got the 10 of Cups there as well. Now, some of you could actually have some Leo in your chart, or you could be have a Leo person in your life, okay? Because oddly enough, they also got the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Granted, slightly different placement, but maybe some of you are on the cusp of Leo, or you could have a Leo placement somewhere else in your birth chart other than your sun, moon, or rising sign. So this can be significant for you guys, all right? So it could be a Leo person entering your life, perhaps, or one that you're letting go. But the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Moon, everything that you want, everything you desire, everything you're wishing for and hoping for is within reach, right? And we're focusing on this Moon. What are you not seeing? What needs to be illuminated? Where do you need to shine a light? Where do you need to get clarity? What do you need to release? And what do you need to face in order to get what you want, right? It's all at your fingertips right here. Leave that there for you, Virgo. I thank you for watching. Good luck in this new moon, and I'll see you next time. Hello there, Libra. Welcome to your new moon, in Virgo reading. This is happening and highlighting your 12th astrological house. Now, this is Piscean energy ruled by Neptune. When we've got this particular energy, it's about your subconscious. It's about endings. It can be about your dreams. It can be about things that are hidden. It's a very private area in this energy. So you could be really kind of going within and looking to see where you want to make a fresh start. You could be revisiting some dreams as well, things that you've been putting off or things that you've been too afraid to do. We do sometimes face our karma, face our fears in this energy here as well. But with it being the 12th house, final house, right? It's like a conclusion to something that sets you free for your future. Pluto is retrograde in your 4th astrological house, and it's about your home, your family, your ancestry, your parents, especially your nurturing parent, typically a mother, but not necessarily. Through maybe some of you are unearthing some secrets about your family tree. It's a great time to do that. This could be where you're resolving things that have gone on in your family or things that from your childhood. We've got some deep rooted energy there with that 12th house in your new moon. So this can be where you decide to let bygones be bygones. Maybe you dig really, really deep into your subconscious and find some answers, or you find some forgiveness in there, and setting you free to bring you peace is what this can really do. Some of you here, you may have a dream that is coming to fruition, especially with your 4th house there. It's like having a look at where you live, and this can be closing on a house. Maybe there's been a deal that's been going back and forth. This can be you getting real with your finances so that you can buy your first home. You could even be potentially moving wherever it is that you live, possibly, moving into your family home or moving back to your family neighborhood, possibly there as well. But it is a very private energy that's coming in here for you, Libra. So this can be very relationshipy for you. It can be just very family and home oriented for you. What are we ending? What are we putting a final chapter on? Getting that really closed book, that closed door on, and where are we setting our sights for that future? So there's some very interesting lesson perhaps that you are recognizing that you've learned while we've got this going on. We have hope here for you guys. So there could be an energy here of restoring hope and faith in your life. This can also show that maybe you're at a turning point where you have more hope for the future. And this can be a very uplifting energy for you. So whatever it is, there's some restoration of hope in an area of your life here for you guys. We've got the Page of Swords. We can be talking to new people. We can finding solutions. We can be breaking free of the past and setting ourselves up for the future. This can be very wonderful. You could stumble upon some interesting information with the Page of Swords. We are quite often discovering the new. So you could be on a quest to find some information, and there could be some coming into you, and it might be a little bit unexpected. The pages do bring new, but they also bring news, and the Page of Swords quite often does bring some sort of news there. So whether you are talking to new people, resolving issues, breaking away from something that's been keeping you kind of one foot in the past and one foot in the future. In the meantime, you're in no man's land. This is where you might really find that future foothold for yourself. We've got the Five of Swords. So Five of Swords can certainly be some difficulties, conflict, misunderstandings, miscommunication. So with the Page of Swords here, I feel that there are some of you that are communicating in a different way. You might even be willing to pick up the pieces and resolve some issues with the Five of Swords. We've got conflict. Maybe you find some new information that helps you resolve a conflict, or perhaps you take a different approach at an old issue, and it might not necessarily be for someone else's benefit, that might not be what your intentions are. It's for your benefit here, but it's like, I can't go forward like this. I need to clear the air, right? I don't want this hanging on my shoulders. So this can be a little bit relationship-y for some of you here as well. There could be some disruption here coming in here for you guys also with that Five of Swords. Because this can sometimes be with this energy, win at all costs, right? So having that conversation, someone always wanting to get the last word, or this can be some new information that comes in, or someone talking about something where they insist on having the upper hand, or they insist on being heard, right? This might be you that has to actually really exert your own energies there. But there could be some possible conflict or misunderstandings or miscommunication with possibly some children. The pages can represent children, right? Or some new situations. So just make sure that with the Page of Swords that you have all the information that you need. We've got the Five of Pentacles here as well, right? And this is focusing on the negative, focusing on what you don't have. It's a lack energy, a lack mentality. But I do feel here that there is this potential to change. Remember, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is endings, final endings, closure, right? So you can be free like the Page of Swords is and move forward. This 12th house energy with the new moon, right? This is a new approach to release something from the old. This is gaining wisdom and understanding from lessons of the past even as well. So it's kind of like a big energy for you, a little bit of a challenge, but ultimately quite rewarding in this. All right. The Five of Pentacles can represent, as can the Five of Swords, that there's a better way forward. And whatever that looks like, it can be your money. It can be just your outlook on life. It can be a relationship, right? So there could be a healing element possibly. Let's talk this out. Let's deal with our issues. With the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords coming in here, that Page of Swords can be a discovery. And it may be something to do with your finances, or maybe someone in your household, their finances, right? Maybe they're not doing so well, or they could have not been sharing or being honest necessarily. So this is like, found this information out. There's maybe some hidden credit card debt, or someone's not spending wisely, or there could be disruptions in your finances, and you need to be able to make some changes and look forward into the future, into a better way of dealing with things. But with the fives, there is a potential for change. Now, whether it's letting something go, disconnecting from something and saying, nope, we're not doing this anymore, I'm vamos, or whether you are like, okay, we need to talk about this, we need to find a resolution, because the Five of Pentacles always reminds us that there is a better way forward, that there is a better solution. The Five of Swords always reminds us that we do need to be very cautious sometimes in how we talk about things and how we do communicate. But the Page of Swords says we can resolve things, we can get things out of the way, we can clear the air, and we can, of course, restore hope and faith in our future. The Page of Swords, I don't always equate court cards here in the tarot with astrology, but a lot of people do. And the Page of Swords quite often is linked with Aquarian energy. Why? Because it's free thinking, it's big picture thinking. It's an energy that's always willing to try something new, but it's very much finding a way forward into the future, right? And not so worried about how things are going to go, right? It's like, we just got to go. We just got to do things. We just got to make a decision. We just got to try something new. We just got to put this idea in motion, and things might work out. Things might not work out, but let's put a plan in place and let's get going, right? And so, with that energy, we are leaving some, kind of some fears and worries and doubts and uncertainties behind, because we're really looking ahead into the future and finding that better way forward. So having said all of that, guys, I'm going to leave that there for you. Okay, good luck in this new moon. Remember, there's a lot going on, so it can be a little bit uncomfortable, but ultimately set those intentions for the new. What do you want to change? Because change is definitely in the air for you on some level, internal, external, relationships, family, children, all of that kind of stuff, right? So embrace the changes and be willing to make some little small tweaks, even if they're just, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be big things. Small things add up to big things. So I thank you guys for watching. We're going to move on now to Scorpio. Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is occurring in your 11th astrological house. So this can be quite a sparkly place to have a new moon. Your 11th house is Aquarian energy, okay, and it does have to do with your social groups, your social connections. So you could be meeting new people at this time. You could be joining new groups at this time of like-minded people, right? Perhaps you are also cleaning house because we do have an ending energy that's coming in here for you guys also, right? And it's all about communication with this energy. The 11th house also has to do with your helpfulness and service to others, right? People helping people, the humanitarian energy that you carry or that you're embracing in this time. So maybe in the Aquarian energy that we've got with this, it's like, how can I help other people? How can I make positive change in this world? What can I do to make my space, whether it's at home or at work, in your community, how can I make things a better place? Those little small things that we do can have a big impact. But the 11th house is, where we're focusing on some technology as well, especially how we connect with other people. And this is your house of liberty, freedom, and your wishes as well. So make a wish on your new moon in your 11th house, and it just very well may come true. Remember, this new moon culminates in a full moon eclipse in 6 months. Now, the Pluto energy that is coming here for you, Pluto retrograde, Pluto, your ruler, is in your 3rd house, ruled by Mercury. And so this is a focus on communication, on technology. This is also really highlighting your neighborhood, your social life here as well. So you could be really kind of revisiting your social media platforms, right? How many connections do I have, right? You could be really cleaning house at this time. You could be making some big changes. You may also notice that maybe your view of the world or your view of the future or what you really want is changing a little bit. So you could be doing a little bit of a deep dive there and doing some deep thinking. The great thing with Mercury right now, which is ruling your 3rd house, which is carrying forward your Plutonian energy, is that Mercury has just gone direct. Yes, still in the shadow period, right? But when Mercury goes direct, we think clearly, we can think on our feet, we can put those ideas in motion, right? And, this can really be quite helpful. So if you've been putting something off or you've been uncertain about something, this can be where you just kind of take that step back, you gain a little traction, you get the insight you're looking for, and then you move forward. So this can be quite the exciting full new moon for you. And we have wisdom, and that's where you are stepping back. You're reflecting on something, right? And then you're figuring things out. So you may be gaining new wisdom and insights in something at this time. You could also be really tapping into your wisdom that you have gained over the years, and you are making some wise decisions based on past experiences and wisdom and knowledge that you carry with you. So this can be really a really interesting time, right? Where you are just trusting your own personal wisdom and experiences to make some important decisions for yourself. We have the Page of Swords here for you guys. Now, Libra also had the Page of Swords, so you might have Libra in your birth chart somewhere. You might be dealing with a Libran person, all right? But the Page of Swords ultimately does bring about this burst of new ideas. Quite often associated with Aquarian energy is the Page of Swords. So again, this, and very much tied with technology, right? You will hear some people say, oh yeah, the Page of Swords, that's the lurker of the tarot, right? Because it is associated with, taking a peek into people's social media profiles, meeting new people, that kind of thing, right? So again, your 11th house energy, it carries that Aquarian flair. And you might be using the sword from the Page of Swords to cut out and to pare down groups that you associate with, your friends list, that kind of thing. It's like, I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know why they're on a connection on my Facebook. And you might be like, off with their heads, get out of here. We're getting out. So, so it can be really cleaning house in this energy. But ultimately, the Page of Swords also has big ideas, a fresh outlook, a different perspective on things, and is also freedom seeking. So we're really finding some footholds on finding freedom to move forward into the future without carrying a lot of excess baggage or things that we don't need. You could also be getting some good news with the Page of Swords as well. We've got the Queen of Cups here for you guys also. So this is very much really speaking about your intuition, your connection with the universe, your connection with spirit. And with that Queen of Cups, you're very much tapped into your inner wisdom and intuition, right? So this is a great energy that's there for you. Really, really great time for you at this new moon to pause, to reflect, to meditate, to contemplate, just find yourself that quiet space. And again, allow the energy to flow. But if you've been confused about anything, this is where clarity may come in for you guys. Now, with the Queen of Cups, this does bring a healing energy. So there could be something that you're fixing. It can be internally, it can be externally. So this can be a time of healing and finding that forgiveness in your heart, because that brings peace, right? And we all need a little bit of peace, okay? Be in the flow, and if there's changes going on or changes you need to make, go with that flow, right? Don't resist the changes. That time has passed, right? We want to free up things for that future. Now, the Page of Swords with the Queen of Cups also, you could be talking to new people. This can be new friends that you're making. This can be new romantic interests that you're making here as well. We've got new with the Page, new communication, and the Queen of Cups, someone who you can really jump on board with. It could be a fellow water sign, or just someone who, kind of you really dig their vibe and they dig yours, and you're kind of, really kind of connecting on a deep level. All right. So we've got the Four of Cups here as well. All right. Make sure that you do keep an open mind and keep an open heart, because the Four of Cups can certainly represent a couple of different things. It can represent a lackluster energy, like we're not really happy where we are. We feel like there's something missing. We're feeling like some puzzle pieces don't fit. We're feeling like we don't belong either as well, right? So with that Four of Cups, it's like, I don't know what's missing. There's something that I'm not seeing, or there's something that I can't see. There's something that I want that I don't have. And, so with that energy there, it's a reminder that we do need to open our mind. We do need to shift our perception, because there is a fourth cup coming in there. And this can be when we least expect it. This can be a gift. It can be a surprise. It can be a person. It can be something very interesting, and it can be something that really kind of turns us around into feeling connected with our world, with our life again, right? It's like a feeling disconnected, but there's something coming in here that kind of breathes fresh life into your world. So be aware of the new. Keep that open mind, right? And you just never know what the universe might be sending your way. It could be something really special. It could be something really fun. It could be something really exciting for you there. I'll leave that there for you, Scorpio. I thank you for watching. We're moving on now to Sagittarius. Hello there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is a big one, you guys, okay? So listen up in this energy, okay? This is occurring in your 10th astrological house, which is ruled by Capricorn, and it's Saturn energy, okay? But it is in your house that is ruled by Capricorn, okay? Pluto retrograde is back into Capricorn as of the 1st. So you guys are part of a grand mutable cross. Changes are happening. Things are already changing. You might already feel it. You might feel a buzz in the air. You might feel something that you can't quite put your finger on. Maybe you know what is changing. Maybe you don't, but you just sense something. Your intuition is incredibly, incredibly on point, and also very heightened at this time. This can potentially be in this energy a heavier energy for you. Okay, but ultimately, after the eclipse on the 17th of September, things really may start to happen for you. This can be big changes in your career, in your money. This can be where you find some financial relief, right? The 10th house does have to do with your public image, your fame, honors, recognition, your ambition, your achievements, your career, and your influence on the world and your surroundings. So things are shifting for you guys, all right? And for some, this might be little small things that add up to a big thing. For others of you, this is a big boom, okay, that's coming in. So the next couple weeks may feel a little heavy, all right, because you've got that big Capricorn energy that is there. The big energy, the big weight of Saturn is on your shoulders. But the Pluto retrograde is happening in your second house. This is Taurus energy. It's ruled by Venus in this house, and this has to do with your material and your physical world. This has to do with your income, your money, your assets, your property, the things that you own, and with your habits as well. So your habits around money may be changing. If you, are one of those people, because you're a freedom sign right here, Saggy. If you're one of those people where, you kind of do live paycheck to paycheck, or you get some money in your hand and it flows out like water, right? If you find that 3 days after you do get paid, maybe you're kind of scrimping and saving until the next paycheck, that kind of thing. So there can be some very significant changes that are in store for you with your money, and this brings relief for you. Okay. There could be some lessons that you've learned. School of Hard Knocks may have been your cup of tea, whether you asked for it or not, for the last little while. And this can be where we hit the release valve on this, right? Because now it's like, now I understand. And it can just be minor ones. I'm a Sag rising, and, it's like, for the last year, for me, for some reason, money has been a little bit tricky, but I have noticed some alleviation in the last month or so. Things are just getting easier. I don't make any more money than I did. I'm not bringing in any more money than I did. It's just all of a sudden I seem to have more of it. My bills didn't really change, but maybe some of my spending habits did, right? And, I know some have in a very small way, but they add up. I've been cleaning up my bank account, getting rid of useless subscription services and things. It's like, do I really need this one that's costing me $20 a month? No, I don't use it. Okay, get rid of it, out the door. And it's like a brutal cleansing of my recurring charges. And you know what? Every little bit helps, right? I don't buy coffee in the mornings, right? I make it at home and I take it with me in the car, right? So it's all those little things can really add up. So you could really be at a very big turning point with your money spending habits, your saving habits, and of course, maybe even your career and how you make your money. We've got the Lover's card at the back of the deck, partnerships of all kinds. This is also where things come in balance and harmony. So, it can be that you are looking to partner up with a company where you both benefit. They benefit from having you around, and you also benefit in the way of having a really good, healthy paycheck and maybe even some security. This can be about, partnering up with people in business, or maybe there's a helpful friend. The Lover's card is about choices and listening to your heart, right? Ultimately listening to your intuition as well. So the choices that we make on a daily basis are highlighted here in this energy. And the Lover's card is Gemini energy, ruled by Mercury. Mercury just went direct after the last month being in retrograde, still in the shadow, right? Over the next 2 weeks up to that eclipse, where the release valve is knocked right off and we feel like whoosh, this big whoosh of air. So the next couple of weeks, like I said, very heavy. And then after that eclipse is where you may really start to see things take shape in your life, or you might really feel something shifting within you. So matters of the heart, make those choices that you need to make. Trust your wisdom and make sure that you're thinking clearly. We have purposeful coming in here, you guys, all right? And yeah, this can be making changes with a sense of purpose. This can be where you're maybe questioning your purpose on this earth, in this life. This can also be where you are doing things that have meaning, right? It's like, this has a purpose. This thing that I'm buying, this crystal that I'm buying, I'm not just wasting my money and buying it because it's going to sit in a bowl for the next 6 months. This is where if I'm going to buy this thing, there's a reason behind it. And that's very, very, very second house energy, right? Things with a purpose, things that I need, not necessarily the things that I want because they're frivolous purchases where I put my money. So this can be really where, Saturn can be very helpful, because Saturn is very disciplined in its energy, right? So, but this can really just be kind of that discipline that maybe you've needed, right? And it doesn't mean that you have to become a miser with your money or anything like that. It's actually to give you a little bit more freedom, because now we're spending our money, or we're saving our money in ways that are actually going to set us up for a more successful tomorrow. We have the Four of Wands, beautiful energy with the Four of Wands. Got the Death card. There's your Plutonian energy. What did I say? The very beginning of your reading. This is a big one for you. And here is Pluto showing up for you guys. And we have the Eight of Cups coming in here as well. So you're certainly walking away from something that's just really not your jam anymore with that Eight of Cups. It's like, I don't like how I feel 4 days before my paycheck, scrimping and saving and eating Mr. Noodles. Or I don't like how I feel in this certain situation, and I know there's a better way. I don't like how I feel knowing that I don't have money squirreled away for the future, right? I don't like the way this job makes me feel. I'm not feeling fulfilled. It's time for me to embark on a new adventure for a different way, a different job, a different connection, some different habits, right? And certainly this Plutonian energy is helping you do all of that. The Four of Wands that's here can certainly show that there might be something coming to fruition for you guys. And it may or may not be, right at the time of the new moon. Okay, especially with the Death card showing up here, because this is a very evolutionary, transformative energy. Changes are afoot, but they tend to be a little bit slow. Go with the flow, go with the changes, be willing to walk away from something and follow a different path, or follow a new path, right? But there is the Four of Wands. There's something to celebrate here. There is a sense of greater stability, planting roots, having a good foundation. And this is an energy of success and abundance in your life here as well, and giving thanks and being grateful for something. So you may be sitting there and saying, okay, Saturn, do your worst, right? Saturn's ruler of Capricorn, and do your worst here. I understand the lessons that I've been taught now, and you know what? I think I'm ready to make those positive changes in my life, right? And so this can be really good, and making little changes can bring you more abundance and make you feel more solid, stable, and secure. But with the Four of Wands, yes, there could be something very exciting happening around your world. I would say probably the next 6 weeks are going to be very important and significant for you, whether it's your relationships, your relationship with money, right? Relationships with the Lover's card, but your relationships with money, your relationship with your job, your relationship to your ambitions in life here as well, the things you own, the things you save, right? All of that kind of stuff. So some of you could be cleaning house, right? You're like, why am I holding on to all this junk? And I'm going to declutter my house. Others of you, you're maybe recognizing that need to save for the future, right? So, but yes, you could very much have some success right here knocking at your door, a new job, a new investment opportunity, something can blossom, become to fruition. It brings good news and a cause to celebrate with that Four of Wands. But ultimately, yes, the Death card here, endings. Something is ending because there's something better that lays ahead for you in the future. Something needs to change because what's working right now is not necessarily bringing us the joy and the benefits and the prosperity that we're looking for. So we're changing something here to bring us something better. There could be a surprise headed your way. Pluto does go into the depths and bring something to the light. So you could have something hidden that gets revealed. And this can be you that reveals something. Someone could reveal something to you. Something might catch you off guard, and it might actually be really wonderful, especially with that new moon in your 10th house, right? It's be very exciting as far as your career and your ability to make money goes, whether you're getting a promotion and you get a bonus or raise out of the blue, or you could stumble across a new opportunity there as well. So big energy for you guys here. Make sure you do set your intentions. All right. Keep an open mind as well, right? And this will certainly help you as you go forward. All right. I thank you guys for watching. Good luck in this new moon. And we're going to move on now to Capricorn. Hello there, Capricorn, and welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is happening in your 9th astrological house. All right, so this is a big one for you guys, okay, especially with Pluto retrograde in your 1st house, the house of self. So this can be where you're making some personal changes to achieve some personal goals. This is where you are putting an end to things that have been holding you back in your life, especially fear. And fear can be very highlighted. And with the new moon occurring in your 9th house, this is your house of spirituality, your higher mind, your philosophy, your outlook on life. This is the house of travel and your big ideas of publishing, writing, journaling, that kind of thing. So you could be, if you've had, like, let's say, a fear of flying, this can be where you face your fears, right? Or you are saying, nope, I'm not, that's a silly fear. I'm going to put that under the rug and I'm going to go and I'm going to fly somewhere, right? This can be where maybe you have some spiritual beliefs and your philosophy on life, your outlook on the world, your belief system has changed. And this can be where maybe you reveal those changes and reveal your new belief systems to other people, which maybe you've been afraid to do that on some level, right? So, so with that Pluto retrograde in your sign, the very last time it will ever be in your sign, it's a now or never, right? What do you need to wrap up? What do you need to clean up? What do you need to put an end to? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to cut out of your life, right? What changes do you want to make? What baggage do you need to release so that you can free yourself for the future? We're heading into Aquarian energy, full stop, with Pluto in Aquarius. October 11th is that D-Day, right? And so if there's things that you want to end, things you want to tie up, right? Things that you want to start, right? Now is the time to see where you're headed with all of those things, to follow your wishes and your goals and your dreams. So you might want to travel. Maybe you, are really looking at, your outlook on the future, and you're like, you know what, I'm not the same person. I'm not thinking the same way. You might be reflecting on all the changes that you've made over the last, 20 years or so. And you're like, yep, okay, I have grown, I've evolved, I've learned a lot, I've gained wisdom. It's been difficult, it's been challenging, and sometimes, but now I'm feeling a sigh of relief. So you're ready to face the future with a different outlook and perspective. We have the 10 of Pentacles that's here for you guys. Completion. This is a completion of a cycle, a successful one at that, right? The 10 of Pentacles can certainly represent a money card. It can represent money, family, stability, security, abundance in your life, prosperity. This can represent those relationships in your life that you have. So this can be an area of focus for you, right? It's like, we're going to let bygones be bygones, and we're just going to recognize that everyone is different people, and we don't always like our family and that kind of thing. But sometimes we just have to accept them for who they are. Some of you might be getting an inheritance or something at this time, and maybe this does allow you to travel. And because the 9th house has to do with long distance, this can be maybe a surprise inheritance, something passed down to you. Might not be money. It can be a family heirloom or something, right? And, but this can be from a family member overseas, someone in a different country, perhaps, right? But whatever it is, the 10 of Pentacles can bring you some great energy, some gifts possibly here in this energy, but ultimately a sense of feeling stable and feeling like you've accomplished something. So this can be really great energy there for you. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. There might be a surprise headed your way. Okay, I love the 6 of Pentacles there. Got the Knight of Cups. So someone could be bringing you something that you maybe didn't expect. And we've got Temperance card here for you guys as well. We'll focus on Temperance for a second, because Temperance card is certainly a guardian angel card, right? It's the spiritual card there, and the 9th house does have to deal with your belief systems, your spiritual growth, your personal beliefs, your religious self as well. And this might be where we're trying to blend some things together, or maybe you're just feeling like, you know what? I don't believe in the old ways, the traditional structure of organized religion, and I'm maybe more of a spiritual person now. But whatever it happens to be, the Temperance card brings you spiritual guidance, so your intuition very much heightened at this time. Temperance card also brings you patience, balance, and healing. Forgiveness is what we find with Temperance energy. So there could be some forgiveness that is occurring from you. It can be in your family, your chosen family, your children, your parents, your grandparents. And it is the sense of peace and calm. So it might just be that you've not necessarily made amends with somebody, but there's an energy, a level of acceptance that is perhaps coming in here for some of you. But yes, we can open our heart and have that forgiveness, because it's not about anyone else. It's about empowering ourselves. And Pluto ultimately brings you your personal power. So whatever has been taking your power, wherever you have been giving your power away, now we are claiming it back. And when it comes to forgiveness, which can be a trigger word for a lot of people, right? Forgiveness is about empowering yourself to no longer give your energy away and to find that peace, that harmony, and that balance within. Because ultimately holding on to the past or holding on to anger and hate and hurts and all that, it's like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer for it. And in the end, we're the ones that suffer. So it's finding your peace, and it's a beautiful thing. But we do have the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So someone's bringing you something. The Knight of Cups, someone can bring you an apology, okay? But someone can bring you a gift of some kind, and it can be something unexpected. The Six of Pentacles does quite often bring about a little bit of a surprise, but it's something that may be returned back to you. Or it's something that is the result of the good that you have put out there. It's all flowing back to you now in a wonderful way. This can be where maybe you get a little bit of extra cash to go on a vacation. Perhaps someone invites you to visit them overseas in their own country. Maybe you're going to have a family reunion, reconnect with some people that you've never seen before or that you haven't seen in many, many years, right? Maybe they offer to pay for your plane ticket or something. That would be really quite wonderful there as well. But the Six of Pentacles is where something can circulate back to you in a very wonderful and possibly unexpected way. Perhaps brought to you by the Knight of Cups, but the Knight of Cups can be about receiving, right? It can be about opening your heart, forgiving and healing. This can be where maybe you are going to go on a quest, on some sort of journey. It can be a journey of self-discovery. It can be a journey of, the spiritual mind, perhaps. It can be an emotional journey for you, but the Knights are always on some sort of quest. They, in the upright, always get to where they want to get to and accomplish something. And this can just bring some happy, joyous vibes. And it's because of your ability to create the life that you want. So you could be going on some wonderful, wonderful quests there that enlightens your body, your mind, your soul, something really fun. It can be in the store for you. But the Knight of Cups, there can also be love and romance in the air for some of you here as well. Some of you could potentially have the question popped. Okay, so someone could pop the questions, could be getting engaged. That kind of thing, or maybe, you're moving in with somebody, that can come about with this energy as well. But I do feel with that Knight of Cups that someone is offering you something. And it might be something small, might be something big, it might be something to do with money, it might be something to do with adventure, and it might just be something on a deeply personal level, but we are finding that peace. We are finding that calm energy. We also have here wish. So some of you, your wishes are being fulfilled, okay? But this is a reminder that whatever you happen to have going on in your life is to make that wish, all right? This is a significant new moon for you. And yes, the new moon is in Virgo, but with Pluto hitting back into your sign, this is a time to wish big and dream big and to look into the future and figure out, what do I want? What makes me happy? Where do I see myself going? What do I need to change in my life? And really set those intentions and trust in your ability to find what it is you're looking for and to attract Six of Pentacles, whatever it is that you do desire. Having said all that, Capricorn, I'm going to leave that there. Okay, there could be some excitement in the air for some of you, but remember this retrograde is until October 11th. Okay, so the next 5 weeks or so, 5-6 weeks are going to be highly transformational, significant for you. And yeah, maybe there are some endings in store for you, but it's setting you up for freedom for the future. So I thank you for watching, guys. We're going to move on now to Aquarius. Hello there, Aquarius, and welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. So this is happening in your 8th astrological house, which is ruled by Pluto, okay? And so there could be some endings that you're going to be dealing with in regards to loans, shared money, shared assets, things with other people. This is an energy of endings. It's an energy of new beginnings and rebirth and transformation. It's one where we can reclaim our personal power. What new things do you need to do to reclaim your personal power? This can also be where we are facing our fears. So do you have any fears, any hang-ups about money? Now is a time to look to the future and to say, what do I need to let go of? What changes do I need to make? What do I need to release, right? Now with the 8th house energy here with the new moon, this can be where some of you are taking out a new loan, or maybe you are joining finances with another person in some way. But this can also be where you get freedom from debt, right? And so if you do have any outstanding loans, this might be where you pay them off, right? And this gives you some financial freedom. Who doesn't need a little bit of that? But change and transformation is the order of the day. This new moon energy is preparing you for Pluto to go back direct into your sign for the next 20 years. Pluto currently, when Pluto dips back into Capricorn, it will be in your 12th astrological house. And this is fairly quiet energy. It's one where we take a back seat, where we really tap into our subconscious. We really kind of tap into our dreams. This can be karmic endings, and big karmic endings coming in here for you. Some great relief that can be coming in. This is about really exploring how we feel about certain things. This can also be where you are kind of a little bit in a fantasy land, because the 12th house has to do with your dreams. And it's like, I'm just going to kind of get lost in thought, right? Because really what's happening here is you're getting a little bit of relief, a little bit of a break before the real transformational work does start for you. And you might be saying, I've been through a lot of changes already. I've done all these things already. And yep, but things are about to get a little bit more probably intense, but also incredibly rewarding. Right? Remember, we're finding some freedom. We're reclaiming our personal power. And you are part of the evolution of humanity here, Aquarius, right? Especially with Pluto in your sign. So you could be called upon to help other people in some way, right? People helping people here. So great time to put an end to bad habits, put an end to anything that's been holding you back, and really get ready for some interesting stuff that lies ahead for you. There we go. We got the Judgment card. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to release? What aren't you seeing that needs clarity or that needs to come to the light? Some of you could have a second chance at something here as well with the Judgment card, right? And Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn. It's now or never. It's do or die. This is it. This is the moment. And so you could be getting a second chance at something, breathing fresh life into something in your world. The Judgment card is where something comes out of the darkness into the light. We're called to the light. Big spiritual transformation for some of you here. Really keep that, keep your energy flowing. A great time for you to meditate, especially with that Pluto retrograde in your 12th house. Very spiritual energy there, and you would very much benefit from finding quiet space. You might find that you don't want to really deal with people in the next 5-6 weeks or so. You might be like, nope, I just want to be alone. Right? And it's because there's something in you that is preparing, right? Something within you is getting ready. And so your energy is shifting in a beautiful way, right? So some of you are being called to the light there. But with that Judgment card, we are preparing to move forward into the future, right? So before we wrap up a cycle, there's some things that we need to deal with, some decisions that we need to make. Do we find forgiveness and healing? Do we let some things go? Do we try something again while we have the opportunity? Is there something we're not seeing? And here we are, it's coming to light for us. So you could have some big shifting energy with that. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Funny, Queen of Pentacles, very down to earth, but very much a homebody, nurturing ourself, nurturing our environment, nurturing our home. And it is a very abundant and prosperous energy. So this can be really wonderful. Maybe you guys are feeling like you have a little bit more money, or perhaps, especially with the new moon in your 8th house, you are joining finances with somebody. And this is an energy of success. It's really nice energy. But the Queen of Pentacles, very patient, very down to earth. And, again, a little bit of a homebody, right? So again, you might benefit greatly from staying at home, or just finding those moments of solitude can really help you in this. Now, the Queen of Pentacles can also represent that there could be a very helpful person, or you might be meeting a new person as well. It can bring in all this new energy, new business partner, new work colleague, new relationship possibly here as well. We've got the 9 of Cups, so it's something in alignment with what you're wishing for. And the 9 of Cups can be where we do have a wish that's fulfilled. But of course, the new moon is about setting intentions, making those wishes upon the star. So either you have a wish coming true, something that's making you happy, something that puts a smile on your face, or you are really focused on your wishes and your goals and your dreams. And what does this look like to you? Is it a house? Is it a healthy bank account? Is it a better career? Maybe one that's more fulfilling and brings you joy, 9 of Cups, right? Whatever that is for you, right? This is wish energy coming in here. All right. So really great. And we have the moon. So significant energies coming in. The moon can certainly really be about your subconscious. The moon card is Pisces card, right? And very associated with your 12th house. So in that 12th house energy, we're diving deep in our subconscious. We're facing our fears. We're seeing what is hidden. You got 2 cards of things that are being hidden, right? Or things that aren't quite what they seem, or things that we need clarity on, things that we need to examine, right? So with the moon, we could be facing our fears, letting them go. Judgment card. The moon, we could be doing a emotional or spiritual deep dive there, something within ourselves, connecting with our heart and saying, what's holding me back? What am I afraid of? What changes am I making in my life? What does my future look like, right? And then the Judgment card, we're making decisions. Do I let something go? Do I need to give something a second chance? What am I not seeing? And this is shining a light on those things. So this can be a highly significant and transformational and impactful new moon for you guys, with this big, heavy hitting energy that is coming in here. All right. So end of a big, big cycle is about to happen for you guys, because the 12th house is also karmic. Right, so karmic ending in some way, and this can really end up feeling like a weight lifted off your shoulders once Pluto leaves Capricorn. It can be like a big sigh of relief, right? So and some beautiful energies that are coming out for you. Maybe not without some work though. We do have evolve. This new moon is helping you to make change, to evolve, to transform into the person that you are meant to be. There's changes happening in your life. There's improvements happening in your life, internally, externally. So embrace the evolution, embrace the change. Very important for you to do that. We don't want to resist, right? Come on, we're tired of being stuck. We're tired of feeling like, we've got Saturn pounding our head into the floor, right? And don't forget, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, but Saturn is also your traditional ruler, right? So this does have a big impact. Sorry, camera cut off. So this does have a big impact on you, right? Your energy, your situation, your future. All right. So embrace this lunation. Okay. Very important for you guys. So I thank you for watching. I'm going to leave that there. Good luck in this new moon. And we're going to move on now to Pisces. Hello there, Pisces, and welcome to your new moon in Virgo reading. This is happening in your 7th astrological house, which is Libran energy. Relationships of all kinds. Relationships with our friends, with our romantic partners, with our business partners, with the people that we work with, right? So with a new moon, you could be meeting new people, or you could have a deepening of a relationship in your life here as well, right? So taking something up to the next level. You could have a new job, a new business partnership coming in here as well. Now, the 7th house also has to do with equality and sharing. So what do you share with other people, right? You might share a house. Maybe you have a roommate. You might share custody of children, right? Perhaps as well. You might share a workload in your workplace, right? So whatever you share with other people is highlighted for you now. With the new energy, this can be where we are looking at the things that we do share and assessing, are these things in balance, right? Do we have fairness and equality? And that means something different to everybody, right? So you could be restoring balance and looking for new ways to restore balance and harmony within any of those partnerships. Now, Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn, and this is affecting your 11th house. Your 11th house is Aquarian energy. All right. So this can certainly be about your social network, your connections, again, getting out there, meeting new people, right? Great time to meet business connections here in this energy. This is very futuristic energy, really focused on your wishes and your goals. But this is helping you to make positive change that frees you up from things that have been standing in your way, the things that have been preventing you from following your wishes and your goals and your dreams, right? So, this can be where maybe if you work too many hours and you don't spend enough time at home and all you're wishing for is a little bit more free time, this is that energy. What do I need to do to fix that? Right? If you're in a relationship with somebody, whether it's a friendship or a romantic partnership, right? Perhaps, maybe you're the one that's always responsible for making the decisions, or maybe you foot the bill all the time, or maybe you're always doing all the housework or buying the groceries. And this is where you're righting those wrongs. You're like, I just wish that I could have some help. Right? So sometimes our wishes are just small and seemingly mundane, but ultimately things that can free us. So you are really looking to the future. Some of you are looking for something new. Some of you are looking for a newfound sense of freedom. Some of you are looking for some adventure, right? But whatever it is, it's the future that is highlighting for you here. So what new things for future, what changes, what is improving, what is changing for your future. So it can be quite interesting and quite exciting for you. Maybe some dreams coming true. We've got the Fool card at the back of the deck. Okay, so underlying need for adventure, for freedom, and to go out and have fun, try new things, start to have a new beginning somewhere in your life there. That Fool card is here supporting you every step of the way. We have nurture energy here for you guys as well. Whoops, get the glare off of that. And nurture yourself, nurture your goals, nurture your dreams, nurture other people, right? When we nurture, right, this can really help us to feel good, right? To feel good in our world and with ourselves, with our connections, with our relationships. And maybe you're feeling like you need a little bit more nurturing in your life, taking care of yourself, or maybe you're feeling like you want someone else to take care of you a little bit more, to reciprocate a little bit more. But you could also be calling in those nurturing connections, whether it's a caring friend or whether it is a new love interest that can come in here for some of you guys. So if you're single, ready to mingle, there could be something very interesting highlighted for you. We have the Knight of Pentacles here for you guys, the Six of Swords, and we have the Empress. Love is in the air for you. Venus in the air for you. Very interesting because the Empress card is ruled by Venus. Venus rules the 7th house of Libra. So with this energy, new love, this is self-love, self-care. This is creative endeavors. This is the resources that you need to start something new or to get something finished. This can certainly bring new beginnings. This is a very fertile time for you, very abundant energy, very prosperous energy, beautiful energy here with this. And we do have the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So I do feel with this energy that if you're not getting what you want out of a relationship of some kind, whether it's a business relationship, Knight of Pentacles, whether you're not getting the commitment level that you want, the Six of Swords can have some of you moving away. And with that Empress energy there, and with the Fool card as well, there's an opportunity for a new beginning. Pluto can certainly bring endings, and something can really come to a big end here. It's like, I've given second chances, I've tried, and it's not working. Now, having said that, some of you could also be finding a compromise, finding a resolution. The Knight of Pentacles can be a heightened level of commitment. It can be a new job or improvements in your workplace or your money. This can be, with the Six of Swords here, working together to find a way forward from something that is a challenge right now and something that's keeping you stuck. So the Six of Swords shows that we've been in difficulty, we've been in some turmoil somewhere, there's been some hiccups, and this is an opportunity to move forward. So whether you move forward on your own, or whether you take someone or something with you, we're moving into more peaceful, more calm territory with this energy, right? So some of you could possibly be looking to nurture yourself by going on an adventure, by going traveling. Six of Swords, maybe you go somewhere by boat or you go overseas. And with the Fool card there, that can be an adventure for you guys as well. So some of you, maybe you're setting your intentions here to do something new for yourself, or to take care of yourself, and to go on a vacation, which you probably very much need and deserve. Maybe it's something you've been dreaming about, a location you've been dreaming about. So the Knight of Pentacles, maybe someone offers to go with you, maybe someone offers to share some expenses, right? You might travel with somebody, or this can be you are spending the money in a good way, right? You get something back in return from the money that you do spend on the thing that you wished for. All right. But so whatever you've got going on, you do have some moving away energy. You do have some possible ending energy, but ultimately you may have something that opens a door for something really positive, something interesting, maybe new people. Again, you can have a second chance possibly at a relationship here as well. Okay. And really kind of, restore the status quo. Right? But I'm loving that Empress there for you. Take advantage of the Empress energy. Get creative. Nurture yourself. Self-love, self-care is the Empress card, right? Connect with nature, right? Very down to earth. New moon. And of course, dream about something here, but then have a look at the take advantage of the down-to-earth Virgo energy and say, what practical steps can I take, Knight of Pentacles, to make my dreams come true, right? Because you really have an opportunity to turn your vision into reality. Now, the Knight of Pentacles also reminds us to go slow, to take our time, and to pay attention to details. And it may also be that you've been really patient for something, and this is the time when something is blossoming and some doors are about to open for you guys. Remember, we're in eclipse season, only a couple weeks away from our first eclipse of this season, and this is a full moon, so this can really be something that can come to an end, or this can be something that comes full circle for you, and it can be really interesting, but it can be something that is a little bit of a surprise also. But change is in the air, change is in the wind. Embrace the change. All right, and go with the flow. Six of Swords, go with the flow. We're peaceful in this energy, remember? So I'm going to leave all that there, guys. I thank you for watching. Good luck in this new moon, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.